in the world, the UK offers an unparalleled educational experience. The UK is also a gateway to exciting job opportunities, with many graduates going on to work for top global companies. And it's not just about the books. With a diverse student population from over 200 different countries, you'll be part of a vibrant community. But we understand, studying abroad is a big decision. It's exciting, but it can also be daunting. That's where AECC comes in. We're here to guide you through every step of your journey. From choosing the right course and university, to visa processing and pre-departure guidance, we offer end-to-end services, all for free. So, are you ready to take the leap? Get in touch with the AECC today, and let's make your UK study dream a reality. Fill out the contact form on our website today. Picture yourself learning in a country where history, culture, and innovation intertwine. Make a move to the United Kingdom. Home to 4 of the top 10 universities in the world, the UK offers an unparalleled educational experience. The UK is also a gateway to exciting job opportunities, with many graduates going on to work for top global companies. And it's not just about the books. With a diverse student population from over 200 different countries, you'll be part of a vibrant community. But we understand, studying abroad is a big decision. It's exciting, but it can also be daunting. That's where AECC comes in. We're here to guide you through every step of your journey. From choosing the right course and university, to visa processing and pre-departure guidance, we offer end-to-end services, all for free. So, are you ready to take the leap? Get in touch with the AECC today, and let's make your UK study dream a reality. Fill out the contact form on our website today. Picture yourself learning in a country where history, culture, and innovation intertwine. Make a move to the United Kingdom. Home to 4 of the top 10 universities in the world, the UK offers an unparalleled educational experience. The UK is also a gateway to exciting job opportunities, with many graduates going on to work for top global companies. And it's not just about the books. With a diverse student population from over 200 different countries, you'll be part of a vibrant community. But we understand, studying abroad is a big decision. It's exciting, but it can also be daunting. That's where AECC comes in. We're here to guide you through every step of your journey. From choosing the right course and university, to visa processing and pre-departure guidance, we offer end-to-end services, all for free. So, are you ready to take the leap? Get in touch with the AECC today, and let's make your UK study dream a reality. Fill out the contact form on our website today.
All right, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining our webinar tonight. We have a very special guest, Ms. Loan Nguyen, the Southeast Asia representative of the University of Hull, who is also an awardee of the Great Scholarship. Tonight, Ms. Loan will share with us her tips and tricks of winning this very prestigious scholarship. So without further ado, let's welcome Ms. Loan. Hello, Loan. How are you doing?
Hello everyone. I'm doing great, and I just actually landed. Not really just, but like 2 hours ago, and I just got arrived at our hotel.
Oh, that's nice. I hope you're settling well. Are you ready for the
Yeah,
presentation?
yeah. Actually, I'm more than ready now, and I'm so excited to see so many students here who are who have registered to hear what I can share some tips from my real life, like personal experience. Okay.
All right. I believe the students already prepared a tons of questions for you. So without further ado, let's just get started. The time is yours.
Okay, thank you. And yeah, hello everyone. If you do have any questions why I am sharing, please feel free to, put it in your chat box. I'm sure that we will, cover it for you. Okay. So let me share with you the screen then. Just give me a sec. Okay, let's share. Okay. Okay, can everybody see my screen? If you do see my screen, please just, give me a like. I don't know if, students here can react or, because I can see that they are not allowed to?
Yes, we can see your screen
Oh,
very well.
okay. That's great. Okay. Yeah, I can see some lights over there as well. Okay, yeah, great. Good evening, everybody, and thank you so much for registering for the you know session today. But I would like to introduce you a little bit about myself and my university, so that you can understand more about where you will be considering studying, and also you need to understand the university so that you can know, okay, the mission and anything special that you should include in your essay. That is all part of the preparation. Okay, so my name is Loan. I am currently an international recruitment manager for Southeast Asia, and I'm based in Vietnam, but now I'm in Malaysia for some events. Anyway, um, as you might know, I have graduated from Hull with the MATESOL degree, master degree, and I was very happy about my time staying there. And I was also a great scholar in 2022, the only one Vietnamese students winning the scholarship that year. But this year, the great scholarship switched to Indonesia, so you're lucky. Okay. Um, Now, just a quick question. If you have ever heard or known about Ho before, please raise your hand. I just want to see as many hands from you as possible. Okay, just want to see, if you ever know about Ho. Okay, yeah, I can see one hand. Ooh, so the rest is kind of like, new to Ho then. So let me take you a quick introduction about the city as well as the university. Okay, so Hull is a lovely city situated in the middle of the UK. So you can see on the map here. It's very close to Leeds, York, and Manchester. Just 1 hour, 2 hours by train, and to London it's just 2 hours and a half. So if you are considering, coming to Hull from Indonesia, you can either arrive in London Airport or Manchester Airport, and then take a direct train, and you already in Hull. Okay, and this is something you should know about Hull. I'm sure that many of you here are familiar with the iconic red telephone booth, right? But in Hull, you can find some in white. It has a lot to do with the history when the city council didn't use the national post, so that's why it was in white. And up until now, there's still a couple of them on the street that I'm sure that you will easily spot if you are in Hull. And this is something very iconic in Hull as well. This is an aquarium. Okay, um, I tell you what, this is so special because this is the only one aquarium in the world that half of it is under the water and the other half is above the water. So you can see that, it's very beautiful, and especially at night when it's lit up, it's stunning. And if you are a student from Hull, you can even get a discount for less than £20. And then you can get a ticket that lasts for a year with unlimited access. Okay, how wonderful is that? So now I would like to share with you the video about the city so that you can get a better idea of how this city is. Okay, just let me know if you can hear the sound. Okay, I'm not quite sure if I can share the sound here. Can you all hear it?
Yes, we
Oh,
can hear it.
that's nice. So that is about the city itself. I don't know how to find it, but to be honest, I lived there, I studied there for more than a year, and I experienced pretty much everything that you've just seen. And I gotta say that it's a very great experience for students to learn more about the culture, the history of the city. So two things about the city of Ho that everybody has talked about, and I'm sure, and I think that you should bear in mind. The first one is friendly. I gotta say that local people here are very friendly, especially towards international students, to the point where sometimes when you are on the road making eye contact with them, they can easily smile with you, having small talks, because they are very, very good at small talks, to be honest. Um, and affordable. I'm sure that many of you are still kind of like wondering, oh, okay, how affordable it is. So this is a slide I want to share with you, the comparison, just for reference, between Hull and London. So just for you to see. So for rent in London, in Hull, it could be 4 times cheaper than in London. And for the cinema ticket, for example, you have to pay double in London compared to Hull. So that's why we always say in Hull, your money goes beyond. Okay. So this is from a real student who studied in Hull 2 years ago. She was actually my classmate. And now she is having a job in London. So you can see that in Hull, she spent around 600, 700 pounds per month. And that was comfortable for her to live in Hull. But it's not even enough for her to get a room in London, which is the very first shock that she shared with me when she first moved to London. So I would say that this city offers a lot for you, but at a very, very affordable cost. So next stuff, just want to go quickly because I know that most of you are waiting for the scholarship part. So the history of the academic excellence. The University of Hull is actually one of the oldest universities in England. Um, and in 2 years' time, it's going to be 100 years old. And I'm very, very much looking forward to that celebration. And if you join the university this year, next year, in 2027, I'm sure that it's going to be very interesting. And then you can become a part of our history. Okay. So in terms of the ranking, we are in the top 500 in the world and 44th in the UK. And especially in the Yorkshire area, we are one of the top, right? And 95% of our students go into work or further study after graduation. So I think that is a very impressive number. And 2 years ago, we got the gold, the highest ranking possible that a UK university can receive. So we are very proud of our teaching quality, the learning environment, and students' satisfaction. And this is our campus, very big, and you have everything in one place. So from accommodation to lecture halls, library. Oops, it went off. I think it's because of the internet. Why is that? Yeah, it's the internet thing. Let me check. So sorry for that technical issue because I'm in the hotel, so sometimes the Wi-Fi isn't that great. Oh, that it is. Okay, so now we have the campus. Okay, very lovely campus. You can easily walk around from building to another, and we even have a mini supermarket on campus as well. And that is where many students work part-time as a cashier, as a shop assistant, and we do sometimes need some catering assistant as well to work in our cafes, cafeterias, all sort of that. And this is another quick video about the life on campus so that you can see, oh, it could be very vibrant. So yeah, that's a very quick video about this the campus. So I just want to stop for a bit, just asking you maybe just put down one word about the campus, like what you feel or how you feel after watching the video. Like exciting, a lovely campus, a busy, vibrant, whatever. Just one adjective that you want to share. Just want to hear from you because I do hope that you can feel I don't know if you feel differently from I do. So just curious. Yeah, I can see somebody is typing. That's good. Just tell me any things that you feel after watching the video, even about the city and now about the campus. No? Or maybe, okay, or maybe just I can leave this until the end. Okay. So for accommodation, yeah, just go quickly through the accommodation. Yes, we do have our own accommodation with lots of rooms for students to choose, and they are all single person. So you would have your own room, only need to share the kitchen with your flatmates. All right. Lots of different things, then facilities, great games room, the laundry room, cinema room, etc. And these are some pictures of me when I did lots of activities in Hull. So you can see that the university provides students with a lot of opportunities to do things, to involve in different activities, to make friends, to meet new people, or even to explore your hidden talents. Okay, some day trips the university offered and organized as well. Can you imagine that for less than £5 you can be able to visit these neighboring cities? How wonderful is that, right? And of course, studying abroad, you cannot, um, forget culture exchange events. And these are all of the events that I had attended during my 1 year studying there. And I'm sure that you should definitely put this in the list when you study abroad. Okay, the support, like many others, we are offering a lot of different supports for international students and even our students in general, from well-being, mental health, skills team who can help you with academic and career service. And that is the service for life, meaning that when you are a student here, of course you would get the support from them, but even when you graduate 10 years later, 20 years later, when you come back, you can still be able to get the support from them, and they're more than happy to help you with that. Okay, so yeah, this is just something that you can studying, like the programs that we are offering. um, we have a wide range of courses for you to choose. And to tell you what, the scholarships that I'll be sharing later would be applied to all of the programs, across the programs. Okay, so if you are studying business, education, or even AI, data science, you'll still be eligible to apply it. So the first one, this is for undergraduate. Raise your hand if you are planning to study the bachelor degree overseas or in the UK. Just raise your hand. I just want to do a bit survey. Yeah, I can see one hand, two hands. Yeah, three. Okay, that's good. Four. Right. Oh, okay. We still have more hands raising. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So if you are planning to do bachelor degree, so this is something you should even take note. Let me tell you. Okay. Well, it seems like we have a lot of UG students here. So the first one, Fairer Future Global Scholarship. Okay. So what is it? Why do we have this scholarship? Because in order to write a good essay, you need to understand why the university is using these sustainable development goals, or why is it, so that you can have more ideas to work on your essay. So the university is inspired by the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Okay, and we very much looking forward to having a fairer, brighter, and carbon neutral future for everybody. And that is a mission. And understanding the mission and the reasons why the university is giving out this scholarship, you would find it easier, okay? Because you need to understand why is that the case, okay? So that you can start drafting your essay. Sustainable development goals is not just limiting to environment, remember, okay? Lots of students came to me and said, hello, miss, I'm not doing any program related to environment. So can I still apply? Of course, yes. So you can see that, we have 17 goals, from no poverty, good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, industry, economy, climate change, etc. So you can see that, it applies to all. Okay. So let's see what we are looking for. Okay. What do you need to be able to apply for this? So this year, we are giving out 10 scholarships, and that is worth 50% tuition fee, okay? And that is for each year. Yes, you heard me right. 50% for each year, meaning if you win this scholarship, you only need to pay 50%, half of your tuition fee, year one, year two, and year three. Okay, so that is the biggest scholarship that we are having. So please make sure that you have applied first and then apply for this scholarship. Because in order to apply for this scholarship, you must receive an offer first, okay? So that we know that you want to study this program at home, and then you would be given a student ID, okay? Not previously studied in the UK at the degree level. So if any of you may have studied in the UK before, then so sorry, this is not really for you, but I do hope that everybody here hasn't. Of course, you are international student, okay? And we need to have a reference, okay, from a teacher or counselor from your high school. So apart from 4 questions, which I will share later, you need to have a reference, okay? Just from maybe your teacher or something. So here, 4 questions, okay? There's only 4 questions that you need to answer for this scholarship. The first one is, what are your ambitions? And how will the degree you plan to study at the whole help you to achieve this? So you need to really understand your future careers, what you want to do after studying here. Any plans for your future? Okay. Any things that you want to make or create for the world to make a better life or whatever. Okay. Number 2, this is something need to be aligned with UN. So, how do you see the degree you are hoping to undertake in whole help you contribute towards the ambitions set by United Nations? So remember the 17 goals that I shared earlier. Now it's time for you to think about, is what you are doing aligned with what UN is planning to do, is trying to achieve? For example, if you are studying business, okay, management, maybe you have some business ideas, business plans that you want to do, or you want to make it reality in the future. And that idea is just a perfect solution to many problems at the moment. And that is hands down a very good starting point. Okay. Even if you're studying education, of course, that's great, right? Number 3. So apart from your academic studies, what extracurricular activities or interests have contributed to your personal development? So you can see that this question isn't asking about your academic performance. So if any of you here might be a bit inconfident about your GPA, oh, what if it's too low? No, there's nothing as low as you might thought. If you have something else that you are doing or you have been doing, like joining a club, doing some projects with your friends, and participate in some voluntary activities in your local community, that's all great, and that's all a part of a great essay. Okay. um Only the academic performance isn't really helping you. Okay. But we also looking into some other things that you are doing outside your study. And number 4, what do you think is the most important challenge highlighted by the UN, and why, of course? So, thinking about it, of course, we are facing tons of issues nowadays, right? Environment, what else? Healthcare, education. But what do you think is the most important challenge? A small tip, okay? You can take this note, take this down. It should be, okay? There's no right or wrong answer. Again, you can choose one challenge, you can choose two, or you can choose more than that, but make sure that you can explain properly each of them. But the tip that I want to give you here is that try to point out or pinpoint the challenge that the degree you are studying, your ambitions you have, will solve them, right? You don't want to just put out the challenge and then just leave it there. Okay, nobody is going to care. No. But if you can somehow align with what you are studying here, either business, computer science, whatever, that all good. Okay? And that would make you having a consistent, like coherent essay from question number 1 to question number 4. Okay? Just imagine it's just like a big essay, but is broken down into 4 questions. It's just like a guidance, so it's easier. Okay? And 250 words each. Um, so don't go beyond that. Okay? They don't have much time to read through your essay. So, and just be as concise, as short and simple as possible. Okay? So, the great scholarship. Another question, any of you here are planning to do postgraduate studies in the UK? Raise your hand. Let's see which, which side is busier or, having more. Ooh, okay, I see some hands. Okay. Okay, that's great. It could be like 7 or 10. Okay, nice. Kind of same mix, right? 50-50. So if you are considering PG, this is your part. So please be attentive and take some notes if you wish. Okay. So great scholarship, very prestigious scholarships. Because why? It is a joint initiative by the British Council, the UK government, and UK universities. So you can see that it's not purely scholarship from university, but it is in fact an organization scholarship. So it means it's bigger. It's you have more chance to involve in different bodies of education in the UK, namely BC and UK government sometimes. Okay, so I would say that in the UK, there's two big scholarships that many people talk about. First one is Chevening, of course, everybody knows about it. Okay, and after Chevening, it is Great Scholarship. So if you become a great scholar, it means so much more than you can ever imagine. Okay, let me share with you. What is it? What do we have for Great Scholarship? Um, Next slide. It's still it's frozen. Okay, just give me a sec, and I hope that the slide will be back in a few seconds. But meanwhile, while we are waiting, can anybody tell me if you have received an offer from us? Raise your hand if you are already having an offer from us. Oh, I can see some hands. Okay, that's great. If you have an offer from us, then yes, you are able to apply. But if you haven't, so this is your chance or your time for you to apply as soon as possible because it's mid-March already and the deadline is end of May. Okay. Why is not coming? Let me check. Okay, should be in here. The internet here isn't that good. It's not. Just give me a second, yeah? I just do some kind of technical things and hopefully it's gonna be back. In the meantime, please just leave your questions, especially for UG, if you have any for me. Why isn't that working? Okay, let me try again. Oh yeah, it's okay now. Sorry. Sometimes it's not working well. Okay, so for Great Scholarship, what you need to do, so understand that we only have one scholarship for one student from Indonesia. Okay, unlike the scholarship for UG, we have 10, but for master, for PG, we only have one. Okay, but this is only one for Indonesia. The other one, 10, is open to international. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to be holding a passport from Indonesia. Okay, Indonesian national. You have your GPA at your degree level, at least 7 out of 10, or kind of like 2.7 out of 4, that sort of thing. And you have, again, not previously studied in the UK. One thing, you need to have your English language before the application deadline. Okay, and the deadline is end of May. By the time you apply, yes, you don't need to have English as long as you have an offer. Okay, but just make sure that before end of May, you have submitted your English certificate, IELTS, TOEFL, PTE, whatever English language certificate that you are working on, okay? Otherwise, I'm afraid that it might impact the results. So, for great scholarship, what we are looking for, okay? You need to understand very clearly, just like I said earlier. We want you to answer, again, 4 questions. First, you need to explain and showcase your skills and your knowledge that you have accumulated in the past and how they will help you achieve success in your study at home, right? Second, we want to see how your postgraduate degree will support your career aspirations and future plans, similar to the other one, right? We also want to see, like, okay, the future ambitions, what kind of careers the students want to do, because we don't want to give scholarship to students who are clueless about their future. They have no idea what they want to do in their life. So that not be a good thing, okay? So we also want to see what or how have you contributed to your personal development as well. Like, what have you done in the past that made you who you are today? Any flaws, any things that you are proud of, okay? That sort of thing. And lastly, okay, this is important because that is a organization scholarship. Again, we want to see how you can use the knowledge, the leadership skills that you acquired at home, enhance the development of your country. So you can see that the scale is bigger now. It's not just for you, like on the personal level, but now we want to see bigger picture on the national level, what you want to do to help your country, to help Indonesia. Are there any issues, are there any problems existing in the country that you want to solve, like with your degree, like after you study here? I'll take you for example, I'll make myself for example. I studied Master of TESOL teaching English. So what I answered for this question is I go to Hull to learn the teaching methods, how to be effectively teaching students, maybe at different ages, because I can see the real, pain of the education, English education in Vietnam is not very, effective. We all learn and cram for exams and just learn like you have no idea how you will use the language, that sort of thing. So that is the issue. I show it and I would use the knowledge and the skills I learned from home to solve it. So that's sort of thing that you can consider, okay? So just before sharing with you some tips, I want you to see how is it like to be a great scholar. Just give you a bit of the motivation for you to apply, because I know many students might have a thought, oh, it's too difficult, it's too competitive. I wouldn't bother. But please, you never know until you try. Okay? So these are some big benefits that you should see, like foresee. First, of course, remove financial burden. It's £10,000. And you know what? Master degree from home starts from £12,000. So meaning you only pay 2,000 left. How great it could be, right? And second thing, which I think it goes beyond the money, that is to broaden network. You would come to a community with like-minded people who are also having great ambitions like you are, and you can have a lot of opportunities to network with them, to work with them, and you never know how or where it leads you to. And last but not least, I think this is very important, and it goes with me like forever. I'm not gonna lie. That is the confidence. once you achieve this scholarship, which isn't easy, you start having a sense of achievement and you are more self-confident. Because you know what, before then I was a very, very shy person. I wasn't even think that I am capable of. But with this scholarship, I felt like, oh, I can do so much more than I can ever think. And that helps you to do many other great things in the future. And with confidence, trust me, you are halfway there. All right. So this is a networking event, very big one in Manchester that I joined. It was open for all great scholars for that year. So each year, BC would choose a different cities to have or to host this event where it welcomed all students who win the great scholarship from all countries, okay, from all UK universities. So you can see that it's a very, very big event. Last year it was in Birmingham, and this year I think in May, the Great Scholars is having an event in Nottingham. So who knows? Next year where it could be, but this is a great one. Okay, so these are some opportunities that I mentioned earlier. Because I was a great scholar, people knew me because I was a great scholar. So once they have opportunities, they start reaching for me. Okay. Hey, Luan, can you do this? Hey, Luan, I have an event which I think very, very suitable for you. Can you make it? That sort of thing. So, for example, I have a chance to do a speech at the UK Parliament. Never ever I have ever think about, or attend lots of conferences, events for international education, for higher education, where I can share my own stories being an international student in the UK, or doing some voiceover for videos. Lots of these things. I'm sure that not many students have the chance to do these things, okay? But it's all about the network. It's all about, your reputation. So what did I do to write a successful essay? This applies to both two scholarships, okay? The Fairer Future UG and the Great Scholar Scholarship PG, okay? It's pretty much the same. It works the same way, I think. It's just the questions are different, but still the approach, something that you can still use. So first of all, this is my personal tips. Do good research on the university and the scholarship, okay? Because you need to show your understanding of the university and the mission of the scholarship. That's why at the beginning, I started with the university. I started with the scholarship instead of jumping right into this. Okay? It's just like you go for an interview, you need to understand the company, the organization, right? Otherwise, it's very, very hard. You cannot just use one essay to apply all of the scholarships. It never worked that way. Okay? So, for example, I'll just give you an example from myself. When I was applying for the scholarship, I received an email from Ho saying that Ho is one of the highest risers in the UK for research excellence. And you know what? I used exactly that piece of information in my essay, saying that I really want to study in such a, high riser for research excellence in the UK because it helps my study. It helps me to blah blah blah. Okay, just to show you, to show them a bit that you do care about it. And I'm sure that not many students even look at this email, even read this email, and even like put in the essay. But I am the one, so I'm sure that it makes me or make my applications different from others. Okay. Number two, understand your future ambitions clearly. Again, I think I can't stress this enough. You need to have a very clear idea of what you will do after study, right? Because once you are clear, your essay is clear, and the readers will understand you. Okay, this is a well thought plan. It's not something, you just think for 1 or 2 seconds. And it does have a big meaning to the whole society. All right. So if you haven't really given it much thought, start doing so. Okay. Just think about the reason, the meaning of your study, because I think it also benefits you as well. Number 3, show, don't just tell. Okay. I had received lots of essays from students in Vietnam. They asked me, "Oh, hey, Loan, can you help me read through this essay? Do you have any feedback, any comment for me?" And yes, the same comment. Don't just don't just tell, don't just list. Don't say, that, "Oh, I'm just a very hardworking student," and leave it there. No, it doesn't really help you. It doesn't help readers to understand you as a person. Okay? Provide specific examples that demonstrate those qualities. If you are a real hardworking student, that is great. But how can people know that you are a hardworking student? Through any projects that you have been involved in, through any GPA or any things that you managed to do during your study, all that. Or if you say that you are a very determined student, how can I know that you are a determined student? Any examples that you want to give? Just make it clear, okay? And I'm sure that each of you has your own story, own journey, and they are a good idea, a good material to put in your essay. Okay, so you can start from there. Next off, avoid vague language. Okay, again, it's similar to the other point, to the previous point. Um, use English language skills to express yourself as comprehensively as possible. For example, lots of students said, again, I really want to help community where I'm living in. But my question would be, in what way? What can you do? Do you need any help from other people? Okay. Do you need help from the network that you have or you may start building at home? Or even like British Council, who knows? Okay. Make it as specific as possible. Just put yourself in else's shoes. Just read your essay. Do you think that they have questions after they read that sentence? If yes, you may want to, you know, change it a little bit or make it specific a little bit more. And number 5, ask somebody to proofread your answers. It could be your friends, it could be your teachers, it could be, anybody that you are close with because they understand you. Okay. And another thing is that they have different perspectives. I'm sure that, many of you are applying for different degrees. But to tell you what, the people or the panel reading your essay isn't academics at all. If you use a lot of terminologies, difficult words, big words, they won't understand or they don't really understand that well. Okay? So just use yourself as somebody writing for general readers. They don't have specific expert or expertise in any different fields. Okay, so that could be a good person to ask for advice. Next one, yes, they can provide you with feedback. Oh, I don't understand this sentence that much. If they don't understand that sentence, very highly likely that the scholarship panel won't understand either. Okay, check if your ideas get across. Yes, this is very important. Maybe you are doing that thing, you are um, into that particular field, so you understand this bit. But when other people read that sentence, they might understand differently. So just make sure that everything is on the same page. And last but not least, they can motivate you when you feel frustrated. Okay. And I'm sure that, AECC, our trusted partners, with very, very dedicated counselors, great team, they can be the person, a go-to guy for you. And of course, they would be pushing you. If you procrastinate, don't. So at least you have somebody to, help you with that. And I do appreciate that. I do recommend you to turn for them. Okay. And last, read, reread, and reread. I can't, explain this a little bit more because I don't know how I can explain this, because you know what? I spent a month just writing, drafting, reading again, and then writing again. It's just a, cycle of doing things again and again in a month. Yes. So that I can feel it's perfect and ready to apply. And I wait until the very end, like near the deadline, to apply it. But I don't recommend you to wait until the last day, because who knows, there might be some technical issues like I'm having today. So just maybe 2 3 days before the deadline, that could be safe. Or if you feel like you are so happy with your essay, then you can apply, you can hit submit. Okay. And before I finish my presentation, I just want to give you a quote that I really, really like. In the end, you only regret the things you didn't do. Okay? If you apply and if you win, that is great. Congratulations. Okay? If you apply, but unfortunately, if you don't win, then hold on. It's not something that you lose. You don't lose anything, but you gain so much. You understand so much more about you, your career plan, and also how you want to do the degree in the UK. It is a bigger or more important question to be answered. Okay, and that's it for my presentation. I do hope that you can find it useful. And this is my contact information. If you want to contact me by WhatsApp, by email, please do. And now it's time for you to give me any questions that you may have. Okay, and together with me, AECC also help to answer all of your questions. Okay?
Thank you so much, Lon, for the very insightful and detailed presentation. We already have a few questions on the chat box. The first one is from Miss Alexandra. Is it possible to apply for health and science related major with the GPA 2.75 for postgraduate degree? So she graduated from pharmaceutical science with GPA 2.6, and then she took profession with GPA 3. So yeah,
I
but
see.
she also has professional experience.
Yeah, I think if it is for master, then yes, I'd say that the university take working experience very seriously and very importantly at the master level. So even though your GPA isn't that, is kind of humble, but still, if you are confident with your working experience, you understand it well, the industry, the things that you are doing, you know what you're doing, then I still recommend you to apply, because most of the time, GPA is the one thing, but they will look at your essay as well, like your personal statement. Okay. So yeah, go for it.
Okay, hope that answered your question, Miss Alexandra. The next one we have from Mr. Joshua. I am an alumni from a vocational high school in Indonesia. Is it possible if I want to take a different major from my last major at vocational high school?
Okay, so vocational high school, okay, and now you want to do a different major from last major at the vocation. So is it for UG, if my understanding is correct, or is it for master? Because vocational, I don't think is accepted for master.
Mhm. Yeah, I believe it's from a UG. Usually, maybe this is a diploma in Indonesia.
Right, right. So if that is for UG, then yes, there's nothing wrong with it. And again, if your personal statement states very clearly the reason why you want to change the major, and it if that is sensible, then
Mhm.
there's no reason why the university don't accept it.
Mhm. So, if Mr. Joshua wants to take a UG program, then he needs to take the full 3 years of UG, right? Because we
Yes.
cannot transfer the credit from her previous education.
Yeah.
All right. Hope that answered your question, Mr. Joshua. Miss Alexandra is raising her hand. Maybe you want to add something? You can unmute
Hello.
yourself. Yeah.
Hello, Miss. Good
Yeah.
evening. Thank you for the first answers. So this is actually the follow-up question. So you mentioned that the working experience is the university hall take it this seriously. I was wondering if there is a conditional offer. For example, my current IELTS band score is 6, and right now I'm planning to retake it to make it like the required minimum is 6.5 after I take the read of it. So it is possible to get a conditional offer. And is there any possibility if there's a pre-sessional, um, like a pre-master for the preparation, like is there a matriculation program? Thank you.
I see. Okay, thank you very much for your question. Well, if your IELTS isn't enough as a minimum requirement of 6.5, you can still able to apply and you receive the conditional offer. Okay. So once you have the conditional offer, you can still work on your IELTS, retaking it. If you get 6.5, that is great. But if you haven't, we do have pre-sessional English before you
Okay.
considering doing pre-master.
Okay. So is there also a pre-master program like for filling up the entry requirement?
Is it for health and science related major?
Yeah, for all major, because I'm not really sure about the University of Hull regulation, because I see there are a few university offering a some kind of a graduate degree. It's like after you graduate, it's just like you either receive a diploma or a certificate, and then you can use that to apply for the master, if I'm not mistaken. So I wonder, is it possible for the whole university to offer such service? Thank you.
So for pre-master, since we are working with, a kind of like an organization named CEG, they are doing foundation and pre-master, and I don't think that they do all of the programs. I think I can share with you the pre-master programs that they are having. Uni of Hull, because not all of them, I think and I believe. So I can put in the chat box and you can find more information later. I mean, worst case scenario, if the IELTS isn't enough, even when you retake it, then the pre-sessional course is the option for you, I think. And only that you need to pass the final exam. When you pass it, then you're good to go. Some students, unfortunately, don't pass the exam, but they can still proceed with their master, but doing English along with their master degree, if that makes sense. So you don't
Yes.
need to spend, a year, and an amount of a big amount of money for the pre-master.
Okay. I think that's already clear. Thank you, Miss.
You're welcome.
All right. I hope that answered your question, Miss Alexandra. Now let's move on to the next question from Mr. Masril. He's just graduated from master's a few months ago. Congratulations! And he's asking if there's a PhD program with full scholarship.
For PhD, is it for PhD?
Yes.
We actually do have scholarship for PhD with not just 100%, but fully funded, meaning tuition fee and living cost. But I just wonder, when would you apply for PhD? Because the PhD scholarship deadline is January, like normally January. So it already passed for this year. If you are considering doing the PhD for next year in Hull, then maybe that scholarship will come back. So yeah, that is the scholarship that we are offering. So I just don't know when you apply because the scholarships are different each year, to be honest.
So is the scholarship applied for all major?
Just some certain programs or areas. I will share with you this one. We call it as a White Rose Doctoral Training Partnership, and that is from an organization.
Mhm.
They fund all PhD students in whole, but of course they need to apply for it. So you can find more information in like which areas that you will be considered for the scholarship. For example, business, yes.
Mhm.
Humanities, yes. Environment, yes. Education, yes. Just like, social science, not natural science.
Mhm. But do we need to have a potential supervisor in order to apply for the scholarship?
So they don't need to have a supervisor yet when they apply, but they are encouraged to
Mhm.
contact the supervisor, to contact some academics, which are
Mhm.
listed on the website
Mhm.
before they apply, because we need to make sure that we have somebody at home who can support the students with the topic or the area that the student choose. So
All right.
if we feel that, okay, we do have academics, lecturers or professors who can work with the student on that topic area, then yes.
Awesome. Okay, I hope that answer your question, Mr. Masril. If you want to clarify, you can raise your hand. Okay, next we move on to Mr. Calvin. He has plenty of questions here. Okay, is there any possibility to get full scholarship for, oh, I believe this is for PG, Business and Management?
Mm. For full scholarship, then I don't think we have the full scholarship, but the grad scholarship is the biggest one. It's 10,000. And for this year, our PG in business management is 16,000 pounds per year. So yeah, it's kind of like more than half, more than 50%.
Mhm. Okay, next question. Third points in grade scholarship said about working toward 2.1. What is it about? Sorry, I'm kind of lost.
Okay, so let me get back to the slide so that
Mhm.
everybody can understand what it is. So, can I ask if you finished your university? Have you got your degree yet? Can I ask Mr.
Yes, Mr. Calvin, you can unmute yourself.
Kevin? So here, let me share. This is the point that Kevin is asking. So, because some students, when they apply, they're still at uni, right? So we put that working towards, meaning that they are maybe in the final year, and they need to work towards the GPA of at least 7 out of 10.
So that's the GPA, Mr. Calvin.
That's
I
the
believe
GPA.
he could not unmute himself, but he confirmed that yes, he took his mining engineering program.
Okay, so if you are in your final year, then I do suggest, or I do recommend you to have the GPA
Mhm.
of at least 7 out of 10 by the time you finish. Okay. For example, if maybe your current GPA is 6.5 or 6.8 or something, try your very best, okay, to increase your GPA so that, when you graduate, your overall GPA is enough.
So in Indonesia, we use the four scale GPA. So
Okay.
2.1 is around like 3.3.
Oh, I think it's 3.0.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. How much the tuition fee for the PG business? You already answered that one. It's
16. Yeah.
16,000. And next question. Can I work full or part-time in the UK while studying?
Yes, you can actually. So for international students under student visa, during term time, you can work up to 20 hours per week. But during the holiday like Christmas, New Year, or Easter, when you don't have classes, then you can work full time.
And next question, I also want to continue to live and work in the UK. Any tips? How can I do this if I receive my opportunity? I believe the university has the immigration service.
Yes, we do. And we would, advise or even consult students on anything related to visa, like postgraduate visa or skilled workers visa, that sort of thing. So if by the time you are there, you want to work even after study, or even after the postgraduate visa, then um, they can still help you with that.
All right. Last question from Mr. Calvin. About the career services. Usually some universities have some cooperation with some companies. Maybe can you tell us some companies that Hall regularly work with, if there are any
Sure.
openings?
So for that one, yes, I would say lots of them actually. I'm trying to find the presentation that we are having, like partnership with some businesses. And in whole, we are very much focused on the connections, trying to give students the opportunity to network with local business. What is it? Just give me a sec. I'm just trying to open the slide, just to show you that, okay, how wide the connection could be. So here. So I assume that you are asking for, is it Calvin asking for business management earlier?
Yes.
Oh God, sorry. Okay, here. I would share with you this one, because I think that many of you are considering business, right? So just give me a sec. The slide, the internet isn't helping. Just oh, I'm about to share this slide, but oh, there it is. So you can see that lots of live projects that our students have been doing with real life organizations. Almost there. Quick, 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 quick. I don't know, but the Wi-Fi in Malaysia doesn't seem good to me. Never. So yeah, if you study business, then yes, even from day one, okay, you would be treated as business professional from day one. And in whole, we do have a deep industry links, meaning that through your study to the extracurricular activities, we're trying to invite and build the bridge for you to connect with business. And you can see this is one thing that you will be doing, live projects to solve something real in real organizations, or even some business competitions. You can see that senior executives will be invited to these competitions, to these events, to network with students. And not to mention, we have career fairs throughout the year for students to meet directly companies. And you know what? So many students even bring their CV to the fair, and they express themselves very well, that the companies, the employers even offer, hey, can you work for us when you finish your study? So yeah, you will see that from classroom to outside classroom, we do have lots of activities that you can meet, talk, connect with local business. And I'm sure that this is one of the best things that we can do for our students. So that is the reason why we have like 95% of our students get a job after graduation, because from day one they already start learning and doing things like a real life business professional. So I hope that answers your question.
Mr. Calvin also added that he's currently working in one of the Philip Morris affiliate for 5 years, and his last GPA is about 3.3 in mining engineering. So maybe you should apply.
Yeah, definitely. It's
All
a very,
right.
very good
Mhm. Yeah.
proposal.
Thank you so much for your question, Mr. Calvin. I hope that answer your questions. Next, Miss Isma, can you share your experience in choosing people to provide a reference? How do you handle it if the recommender asks you to write the reference and they just sign it?
Okay. Well, actually, really depends. Okay. First of all, I think it's best to choose the person, maybe your teacher who has worked with you on a project or, on something, because they would need to understand you, as a person and see you having some, you know, qualities that are good for your application. In my case, my teacher doesn't use English that well. Her English isn't that good. So I would, of course, talk to her about the plan. Okay, can you help to be a referee for my application? And I would tell her that what I will write in the reference letter. And I was the one who wrote myself the reference letter, and of course give it to her. Once she agreed with the content that I put in there, then just sign it and you're done. So you can actually write your own, but of course, you should, I would say, you should have a discussion and conversation with
Mhm.
whoever you choose.
Yeah, so that's actually fine, Miss Esma. So you can write your own recommendation later, but make sure your referee read that and then before signing it. Hope that answer your question. Next one, we have question from Miss Nisa. What about the connections to organizations related to English, literature, or education?
Oh, yeah. Thank you very for a question. The great thing is that I was doing my degree in TESOL, like teaching, like under the School of Education. So I would say that same for other organizations related to education, we do have the connection. For example, we do have the some organizations like they are helping to recruit teachers for local schools. So they very, very often come to the campus to share those, part-time opportunities or full-time opportunities to work in those local schools that they are working with. They are kind of like a third party that help recruit teachers for local schools. So I would say that there are very big names, and many of my classmates, they through that organization, they secured a part-time job as a teaching assistant or supply teacher when they were studying master in Hull. And those are the things the career service can help you. Okay, because in Hull, the career service is divided into 5 teams. Even each of them is designated to different area: education, business, even law, health sciences. So you can see that they have different expertise in different fields for you to ask. So no need to worry about that.
All right, hope that answer your question, Miss Nisa. Or if you want to clarify, you can unmute yourself. Okay, while waiting, are there any other questions?
Yep. Any questions?
You guys can also raise your hand and unmute yourself.
I don't see any
Okay,
other questions.
yeah.
When you, or maybe they are thinking of the questions, but while waiting, I just want to share with you a very great news that for postgraduate, for PG, apart from that great scholarship, we do have a global masters fund that is 1,000 discount of tuition
Mhm.
fee waiver for students who confirm and accept their study by the end of April or end of June. Of course, it's gonna come first come first serve, and that is 1,000. So for those who considering doing PG course in Hull, they want to, of course, apply for a great scholarship. But after that, even, winning or not winning, you can still be able to apply for this.
Mhm.
We have like up to 20 slots.
Can we combine the scholarship with the grade one?
So in the website, it states very clearly that we don't do combined ones. So, but wait, let me share with you
Mhm.
what I'm seeing here. So this is not combined with the automatic studentships. I don't know if grade scholarship is, of course, grade scholarship isn't automatic. So there is a chance, even very small chance, that it is combined. But I will do double check with the university. Okay. Um, so yeah, there's only like automatic one. I don't see the other ones. So why not, right?
Yeah. So it will be 11,000.
I know, right? Oh my God, 11,000. It's unimaginable. And of course, this is much easier than the grad scholarship, of course. But I will do double check. Okay.
Mhm.
But yeah, this is a good news for everybody who is considering PG.
All right. Maybe while we're waiting for the questions, I also have a question.
Yes,
So
please.
we've talked about the career service and the immigration service, but what about the student activity? So what
Right.
kind of activities that Hull offers?
Yeah, very good questions. And I would share my real life student experience when I was there 2, 3 years ago, and I'm sure that you can have a very good idea of your student life being whole. Okay, just give me a sec. I'm opening my your own story. Where is it? Here. So actually, in Hull, we do have more than 100 sports clubs and societies. Um, if you have any interest, in Pokemon Go, anime. We even have a K-drama society. So you see that, any interest, any hobbies, I'm sure that you will find your own community there. And even you will be encouraged to create a, society for yourself as well. That is a very, very welcoming and supportive environment, I want to say. Mm, so yeah, let me share this step instead. So like I said, we do have a lot, and we are working towards to build a support network for students. Before this, you can see that apart from the sport clubs, societies, you can also join a lot of activities that the student union organize to socialize. In our campus bar, we do have a nightclub on campus as well. And that nightclub is very fun. It's led by students. It's right on campus, so it's very safe. And we do have events like Welcome Week, of course, or weekly karaoke. If you love karaoke, like singing, that is the place for you. Okay, we do have like karaoke every Thursday night, or quiz night, bingo, lots of them. And of course, the culture exchange events that I shared with you earlier. And we do have something called cost rep, where you would be, of course, you can apply. It is a paid role. Cost rep is like to represent the student voice for the whole course. If you study, say, MA Education or MA Business Management, you step up, you apply, want to be a course rep, then you would be representing the student voice for the whole program, and working with other degree, other programs, working with the academics, working with the student union, that sort of thing. So there's a lot for you to do, really. And yeah, you can see that how much I enjoyed my time there. And activities, voluntary, that is a very great chance for you to learn skills, gain some experience, get the certificate, even get the letter of recommendation or reference later if you want to work in the UK. You know, working in such a professional environment, right? And this is volunteer as well. And back in the time, I was volunteering just 2 hours every week, just 2 hours, but I gained a lot. Okay, they train you like for 3 weeks before you start your volunteer, and yeah, the culture exchange events. And apart from the activities on campus, you can do a lot of other things in the city because Ho is a city of culture for a couple of years. So you can see that there's a lot of festivals, lots of events, local markets. Do you know what? Last weekend, we just had a light festival. It was very, very, stunning, very busy on the street. And whole fair, like you see on the video, it is the biggest traveling fair in Europe. So yeah, lots of things for you to discover really, both in campus and out of campus.
All right. Thank you so much for the very detailed explanation. I don't see any more questions here, so I believe uh I believe you've explained it very well.
Oh yeah,
So
thank you. It's my pleasure. Oh, there's a new
oh, there's
question.
a question. What are the kinds of volunteering activity?
Yeah, that is a good question. So there's a lot really. So library volunteer is just one thing I did. But apart from that, there's so many others areas that you can volunteer. You can either volunteer to be, we call it as a, how to say, uh, peer tutoring. You want, if you want to, tutor your peers, you can do that one as well. Of course, it's a volunteer and you get the certificate, and along the way there's a lot of training, there's a lot of meetings, catch ups, events for you to join, and you can be, to be honest, a star in your class, okay, or even in school, where you go to everywhere and everybody knows you. That is a great thing, okay? Because think about it, if teachers or even if some, departments have any projects, have any events, they know you, then they can share and introduce it to you.
Mhm.
And to tell you what, all my jobs, part time, full time, even when I was a student and even graduated when I got in Ho, it all came from the network that I had built. I got a chance to teach Vietnamese to international students in Ho. And it was paid, of course. I did videos, I did blogging, I did uh, filmmaking, I did, podcast. All of those things are all, came from the network that I built. So lots of things for you to do, and of course, after today, I can share with you so many other activities
Mhm.
or sources that you can find volunteering activities in whole.
Mhm.
But there's available.
Yeah. Is there any kind of volunteering activities related to literature or culture? I think you just mentioned that, like blogging.
Exactly, yeah. And sometimes we do work with, for example, some organizations or city councils on those cultural events as well, where we need maybe Indonesian students to represent them, the culture, even the cuisines in some kind of like things, and you will never know, right? And do you know what? Ho is the only one university in Ho. Why I want to mention this? Because any events, any projects, any funding from city or from business, they all come to Ho. So our students would definitely benefit from it. Okay.
All right. Hope that answer your question, Miss Nisa. Okay. One last chance, everybody. Is there any more question before we close the session?
Or if you don't have any questions and you are happy with, oh, there's another
Oh, we
one.
have one. Is there any example of an application letter for our reference? Maybe your previous application letter?
Okay, yeah, application letter. Yes, I think I can find it. Just give me a minute because I wasn't prepared for it. Um, the application letter is it should be very easy, very straightforward, mentioning why you want to study the program in whole. That's it. With your previous experience, you want to gain some more skills. You feel like you have a lack of knowledge in this area, then you want to pursue it. It shouldn't be too easy, but if you want to see mine, then that's fine. But I just need time to find it. But I'm sure that with the guidance from the agency, AECC, our trusted partner, then I'm sure that you would do it well.
Yes, so Mr. Joshua, if you want to apply to Hall, just let us know and we'd be more than happy to help you arranging your application letter.
Yeah. And if you can have, if you want to have like one-on-one meeting with me, then
Yes.
please just, reach out.
Yeah,
I can share with
awesome.
you.
All right. Any more question, everyone?
I don't think they have any other questions, but I mean,
Mm-hmm.
just give me a like or give me a heart or give us a heart.
Mm-hmm.
Give us a like if you are, happy with it, if you have no other questions, so that we can see that we did a good job today.
All right. Okay. Okay. I think there's no more questions. So thank you so much, everyone. And thank you so much, Lon, for your time today and your very detailed explanations. We hope the students here are applying to University of Hull, and maybe one of you guys will win the great scholarship for this year.
Yeah.
If you have any more question or any help in applying to Hall, let us know. Feel free to contact AECC. We don't have any service free. So our service is 100% free. So don't worry. And maybe we'll see you again in our next event. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Lon.
Thank you,
You're
everybody. Good
welcome.
night.
Good
Thank
night,
you.
everyone.
Bye bye. Hope to see you
Bye.
soon. I just